I'm Pete Gluzek.
I'm Mike Iaconelli.
And this is the Bass University Mailbag. This is the place where we accept all the questions from Bass University students, and me and Mike kick them around and tell you what we think about those particular topics.
And we've got a ton of them that have come in through the Bass University website. And in no particular order, we're going to start. And the first one, Pete, comes from Gene. And Gene wants to know, what are your favorite vibrating jig trailers? And we're talking about chatterbait style lure. Mm-hmm. What's your favorite trailers?
Man, this vibrating jig thing, I missed it for a couple years, and I was so mad at myself. I use it every day now, and the main trailer that I use most of the time is a swim bait. I use a combination of swim bait trailers. There's a 3.5 inch, and then I use a 5. I use a Foxy Shad that is made by it's a Yum Bait, I believe.
Yep.
It's Money Minnow. That's what it is. And I use that when I want a smaller profile, when I'm trying to look like a bluegill, and when I want a big profile, and when I'm dealing with more gizzard shad, longer baits, I use a Skinny Dipper, which is about a 5-inch swim bait. And on occasion, I use a double tail trailer. For when I'm fishing through lily pads. I think that gets me through the pads a little better sometimes.
What about color? Gene didn't ask this, but I want to know, do you match your trailer color to the vibrating jig, or do you contrast?
Yes. I do both, a little of both, and good reason for that. Like, I have a couple colors that I like to match the hatch with, big time, and that's the bluegill. I like to imitate a bluegill with a vibrating jig, and I'm using a green pumpkin with that Foxy Shad trailer. I like to dip the tail chartreuse, just like the bluegills get. And to me, that also looks like a yellow perch. So whenever I see those yellow perch and bluegills around, I'm matching the hatch. And then I use dark colors. I use blacks, straight black, and not that it matches the hatch. To me, it's like just visible. It's a highly visible color that the fish relate to. And then I use the whites and chartreuses when I see a lot of shad and those types of things present. So I keep it simple in 3 colors.
It's awesome. I just want to throw in there, on vibrating jigs for me, there's 3 categories of trailers that I fish. And it's a lot like jig fishing for me. When the activity level of the fish is low and the water's cold, I want a trailer on that vibrating jig that's neutral. I'm letting the vibration happen from the jig itself, but the trailer doesn't have a lot of action. As the water warms, I want a trailer with a little bit of action, like a little double tail crawl or a little tab tail swim bait. But then finally, when they're chewing, that water's warm and the fish are biting, I want a trailer with a lot of action. A lot of times I'll use a double tail grub when that water gets real hot. So great question from Gene. And think about your trailer selection, because it does make a big difference.
Welcome to Bass University TV, an online video training course where you'll learn champion bass fishing techniques from pro anglers Pete Gluzek, Mike Iaconelli, and their talented special guests. From on the water to in the classroom, you'll learn sound techniques and strong fundamental bass fishing skills. Watch hours of video content on multiple topics at your own pace for a low monthly fee. Cancel at any time. Information is power in the sport of fishing, so learn from the very best. Subscribe to Bass University TV today.